Hello, the Pokemon fan 993 here, back more Pokemon Scarlet. So today we are going to be taking on the Emboar raid. You can see at this moment that I've already done it. So I was trying to look for something that some people weren't using. I found a Pokemon. It only took me one try to get it right. And this Pokemon is Sandaconda. I've not seen anyone else use it on YouTube as of yesterday, when I posted that I was going to be posting a video of this today. So this is pretty basic. He has the Shell Bell, female road doesn't matter. He has Drill Run, Minimize, Coil, and Sand Tube. Sand Tube is an optional move if you want to do a little extra damage. He's Adamant. His IVs are in attack and defense. And I have his Drill Run maxed out at 16 power points. That would take 3 power point ups or 1 power point max to do. So how this works is kind of hard for me to explain without actually doing it, so that's why we're going to do it. So I've had this work once. And the only time I got close to, and the one time I did beat him, it came pretty close to it. That's because I got burned early on. I actually had Sand Spit on Sandaconda and not Shed Skin. I forgot to change it, so I didn't think it would even work. But we're going to take it on. This is meant to be a solo set. Try and adjust my volume so it isn't overwhelming my voice. So this, as far as I know, this works without any kind of ally assistance as well. It looks like I'm not going to get much here anyway. Okay, so we're going to start this match. We're first going to go with Minimize. This is going to sharply increase our evasiveness, making it harder for Emboar to actually touch us. You see he's going to miss right there. That's good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use one Sand Tomb. This is going to cause a little bit of extra damage over time. Like I said, Sand Tomb is optional, but you can still use it. He got poisoned actually, so that's going to help us a little bit. So, all of Emboar's moves are, basically, they are, what do you call them? They are all damaging moves that, well, most of them are moves that will damage Emboar and heal, and deal extra damage because of its ability Recklessness. So now we're going to go for a couple of drill runs here. That's just going to let us restore our HP if we get hurt a bit. So the main issue with this strat is because Sandaconda as a physical user, if we get burned, there's going to be a point in time where we can't do anything. So now he's going to put up his shield. This is the only time he puts up the shield. He's also going to remove the negative effect, the positive effects from all my allies, including the Minimizer just set up. So now what we want to do is we want to use Minimize again to reapply it. This just to be safe. He gets no Flare Blitz in, so that's good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go for a Coil. Coil is a very useful attack that increases your attack, defense, and accuracy by 1 stage. So the reason I chose Drone over Earthquake is, one, I don't know if Earthquake would hurt my allies or not. And on top of that, Drone has a high chance to get a critical. So he's going for a Flare Blitz here. It's going to do a little less damage than last time. You can see I take quite a bit of damage there. Hits by the recoil. So now what we want to do is we basically want to use Drill Run. Remember, we're low on HP to get a little HP back. I'm not sure how much is even going to restore. Probably not a lot. Okay. So now he's going to use Head Smash. He's removing that threat from himself. That's not a big deal. Now we have the ability to Terrorize. So what we're going to do is we're going to Terra, Drill Run. This allows us to do a little extra damage. Also, there's a bit of luck factor here, because if we hit you too much, there is a chance that you will get knocked out. Due to the only way to kind of get HP back is by dealing damage. Because of the Shell Bell. This should restore a bit more HP than normal. Yeah, good amount. So now what you want to do here, essentially, is going to be another Flare Blitz. And I'm almost actually out of HP off that one. I got burned. Alright, so maybe this isn't as foolproof as I thought. I'm going to lose the rest of my HP because of the burn. And unfortunately, with my Terra, I can no longer battle this way. So, there is a factor. So, I'm guessing we're not going to be able to do this now. So, it might be better for you to do Minimize twice instead of once, just to make sure he doesn't hit you as often. Like, you want to... I think it's what you're going to have to do. I think you want to use Minimize once before the Terra, or before he puts up a shield, and then 2 after he puts up a shield. Another thing that could be optionally done And I'm going to keep this whole thing in the video just to show you guys that it actually can be slightly hard. But I've seen people use, I've gone through YouTube, I've seen people say that you could use Primate, which is, or Annihilate, which is very, very, very basic at this point. It's like it's not even, you're not even trying to do anything. You just keep using Annihilate over and over again. I've seen Guard Chomp, I've seen a couple other ground types. Basically, a lot of people using ground types that have a lot of defense because his whole field is attack power, so actually got a little bit of help here. We actually got an Intimidate user. This might help as well as having an Intimidate user. Because it'll lower his attack stat every time he gets knocked out and knocks back in. So we're going to go for Minimize like before. And this time we're going to use it twice. Before once was, when I beat him before once was just enough. But apparently it's not this time. I will mention that I got burned once during when I did this on my own as well, when I was off camera. So, and also we have Sleeve on play. This charm is going to help a little bit. The only issue is that after he puts up a shield, it's not going to do any good. So we don't minimize up. We're going to go for, actually we're going to go for Coil now. So when I played the first time, I used Coil after he put up a shield, but this time I'm going to do it before, just increase my defense stat. That's the thing that really matters. Well, the attack stat matters too, obviously, but the only thing that sucks is if I use Coil here too much, he's just going to negate it right here. Yeah, so he's going to negate it. So you have to put it both minimize and Coil back into play. So the reason he's not putting up a shield before is because we actually haven't done enough damage for him to warrant him putting up the shield. At least not yet. So we're going to use a second minimize. That sharply increases my evasiveness. Also, make sure you keep track of how your evasive stat and how many coils you've overall used. That way, you don't accidentally go over what you need to use. So we're gonna go for a coil here, so we can keeping our stats up, our attack and defense, whatever else we need up. So now he's gonna hit us a lot less. Unfortunately, he's not hitting us. He's actually doing no recoil damage to himself. But that's not the biggest deal. I'm surprised he didn't put a shield up yet. I wonder if I can skip that step. Because I haven't dealt enough damage yet. So by the end of this raid, you're going to want 6 coils in play. Because near the end of the raid, he does bulk up twice, which increases his attack and defense. So you're going to want to be careful about that. So now he's got the shield up. Moves negative effect from himself. We are not use negative effects, so that's fine. Now we're going to go for a drill run to get a little bit of HP back, even though we're not really set up for Terra. It should still give us a small amount of HP back. There is a fair chance he might hit us and get a critical hit, so I'm just being a bit cautious. There's another Flare Blitz. How much damage does that do? Okay, not as much as I thought. And I got burned again. Alright, so I have a chance of recovering from it at the end of every turn because of Shed Skin. Shed Skin did activate, so we're good on that. We're going to have to go for another drill run because I'm low on HP again. I would dare say this thing under the danger zone is probably 100 HP. Or under 100 HP just about. So the more coils we use, obviously, the better chance we're going to have of taking every, or whatever attacks he manages to hit us with. The only thing that sucks about this is you got to Terra at some point, and you can only Terra by using attack moves. So me using Coil over and over again is not going to give us our Terra. But at this point in time, it's not the biggest deal. Because he will never negate your status increases again. And for some reason, even if you have your perfect IVs on Sandaconda, for some reason he's faster than Emboar, which I think is kind of weird because Sandaconda is not really that fast. But I guess Emboar is even slower than that. I think if Emboar was faster overall, I think people would use him more in competitive. But they haven't. So how many have I stacked so far? I have stacked 4 so far, so I have 2 more to go. There's number 5. So he's going to hit me here. How much damage is that going to do? Nowhere near the amount that I was thinking it was going to. Alright, that is our last coil. We used 1 before, so 7 is our number. So now we are at 6 coils. So now, essentially what you want to do is you want to just spam drill run. Terra when you can, just spam it. Like I said, there are a lot of things that come into play, but if you just coil whenever you can, and then drill run to get HP back. It shouldn't be that bad. Like I said, this is going to get easy first pretty quickly, but near the end, he's going to use double bulk up and then a heat crash, which can deal a fair amount of damage. But if you're near full HP when that happens anyway, there's not really much to worry about. Somebody's going to burn me again, I got a feeling. He actually didn't, though. So now I can Terra. So now we're going to Terra drill run. Like I said, I chose drill run because its accuracy is low, but because you're using Coil anyway, it doesn't matter. Same thing with Sand Tomb. They both don't have 100% accuracy, but since your accuracy is maxed out anyway, it won't matter. So this should deal a good amount of damage to his shield and his HP bar. So you see how much damage we just took off him. So that's going to steal probably all of our HP back. Yeah, just about. So we're just buying our time before Pueblos doesn't hit. You might not even need to max out the total drill runs that you need, but I decided to do it prior to it because I didn't know how many times it was going to take for him to go. How many it was going to take to put him down. The good news is Emboar is still taking a little bit of recoil damage because he's hitting everyone else with it. So he's actually doing 3 times recoil damage because he's hitting all the Pokemon at once. Now we got rid of his shield. Now I believe somewhere in between now and maybe the next couple turns he's going to use the bulk up, the double bulk up, and then the heat crash, which is scripted. They try to make it so you might lose near the end. So there are some things that come into play, and on top of that, you also could get burned. He seems to like to spam Flare Blitz a lot. Now the reason everyone's using ground, for those who don't know or those who don't play a lot, Electric only has one weakness, which is ground. So that's why you see everyone using ground type, because it's the best way to get around him. And obviously, exploiting weaknesses in these 5-star raids is the best way to do it. So you see he's going to do a double bulk up there, and then he's going to follow up with a heat crash one time. But since your defense is so high up as it is, it shouldn't matter. And heat crash does damage equal to the difference between its weight and the Pokemon's weight. I believe Emboar is like twice the weight of Sandaconda, but it's not a big deal. So there's Drill Run right there. It just got a critical hit. That's why I chose Drill Run over it, because it can sometimes get a critical hit and make it easier. But even with the critical hit, I don't think it's going to matter much. So, for another Flare Blitz here. I'm sorry, did he use Heat Crash? I think he might have already done it. Did he already do it? He must have. And also occasionally use Head Smash, which actually has the worst accuracy of all his moves. And he also has moves like Drain Punch, a couple other moves as well. But this is basically all it is just you being more aware of what's going on. Make sure you have Minimize in play at all times, just to make sure you're not getting hit too often. It's actually kind of crazy that Sandaconda gets minimized at all. Like, I'm serious. Like, Sandaconda could actually be one of the most vetted. Let me put you this way. I don't know if he can learn it, but think about this for a second. Give him Leftovers. Give him Minimize. Give him Coil. And then give him, if he can learn it, Fissure. And because Coil raises your accuracy every single turn, you're eventually just going to hit Fissure almost every time, which Fissure is a one-hit KO move. So, you could literally see Sandaconda be useful. I might actually end up using him at some point in one of my teams. So, Emboar goes away, and that's how we beat him. So, I didn't get any herbs the last time around, but we got 1 salty, 1 sour, 3 Experience Candy large, 4 Experience Candy XL, extra large, 5 HP up, 30 Terra Electric Shards, 10 more Experience Candy larges, 5 more HP ups, 8 more Experience Candy large, 1 Comet Shard. So now, since I already have Emboar, I can't catch it again. So I'm going to go into my box. I'm going to go show you guys Emboar's actual setup, just so you guys get a general idea. Maybe you don't, maybe you're not 100% sure. And also, I will point out that if you never connect to the internet, you'll always have him at least once a day. So I always do that if I'm not going to go online to battle, because it's really helpful to do it, because you can farm HP ups every day from him. Which, for those that don't know, HP ups and all those vitamins cost a lot of money to get. So. Let's see, Emboar. There he is. I only have 1 Emboar in my entire box, so this should be it right here. Okay. So he has Reckless. He is Firefighting. His Terra is Electric. He is a timid nature, which actually lowers his speed, which is an interesting. That's probably why Sandaconda is faster than he is. He's faster by like 30 points. So obviously he has no item or EV set in play, I believe. Yeah. And he has Flare Blitz, Drain Punch, Wild Charge, and Head Smash. So obviously, Wild Charge would do no damage. Head Smash, because the Rock move would do almost no damage. So you're going to see him use Flare Blitz and occasionally Drain Punch. But I don't think I've even seen him use Drain Punch during that entire setup. So anyway, that's how you beat the 7-star Emboar with Sandaconda. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank everyone for watching. This is the Pokemon Fan 1993 signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.